All right, we have a historic house linked to Martin Luther King Jr. was successfully moved over the weekend to its new location. Joy, I have a whole story here.
Really?
But, and it mentions you.
Really?
Yeah.
Did they spell his name right?
In there. Troy Blevins, involved in the relocation process, emphasized the importance of preserving this historical landmark, which faced potential demolition due to setbacks in construction plans. The county is bearing the $250,000 cost of the longer relocation distance and additional funding potentially, blah, 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 blah. How did it go this weekend, Troy?
All right, so the house was a house that was, it's called the Canright House, and someone on social media challenged me because the Wellborn family actually lived there longer, but the Canrights are the ones that built the house. So it's called the Canright House.
Okay.
Wellborns bought it from the Canrights.
Okay.
So I did do my homework for the person that said he doesn't know his history.
There's always people on the internet.
So the house was located on Atlantic View. It was a house that was advertised in the St. Augustine Record in 1964 that this is where Martin Luther King was going to stay.
Right.
Really safe journalism right there by the Record. You know, they're still the same high quality they were in 64. All right.
I didn't know they still existed.
No, I didn't either. I heard they have a pamphlet.
It is very small.
But
last time I saw it,
it's
like literally
frightening.
like that big.
It is like a school newsletter.
Yeah.
But they put it in the paper, so the segregationist went out there, shot up the house. Martin Luther King was not supposed to stay there, but his staff was. So they couldn't stay there, and luckily they didn't stay there because it got shot up, vandalized. They tried to fire to burn the house. There's still some of the charred marks on the floor.
I was going to ask you. Okay, yeah.
The only bullet hole that's still there is in the sliding glass door on the inside where it came through the front and hit the sliding glass door on the inside.
Wow.
The windows and all the glasses have been replaced. But the important part is...
Well, keep that bullet hole.
It's staying. You know, what it does is it tells the time of 1964. It gets people talking about the Civil Rights Act of 1964 and St. Augustine's participation. St. Augustine was huge. This is the last stop Martin Luther King had before he went to D.C. and they signed the Civil Rights Act. So to talk about Dr. Hailing, and it opens the door to for people to understand and get the history that's right in their backyard. Because a lot of people don't even know these stories exist.
Right.
And it's important that we continue those stories. And you know my love for history is through the roof. And so I was just happy to be a part of it. Glad it got there. It was so cool coming over the 312 bridge. I'm not going to lie. It was one of those really, really cool moments. It took up the entire bridge. You know, and thank you for everybody who was super patient yesterday, because it was a little inconvenient, but it kept moving. Everything moved properly. You know, a couple negative comments at when we got to the place from somebody who was filming, because it wasn't just $250,000 from the county. There was a state grant for another $400,000. So there's $650,000. We will complete it under budget, but you know it's about a $650,000 project.
Wow.
And it's going to be located close to adjacent to where we're still ranked number one. We get the Florida Black History Museum.
Right.
Yeah.
So you'll just have to walk across the street and see this exhibit that talks about the history. So
that's a great time.
Blake's
got the video. That thing
up
is
right
taking
there.
up the whole bridge.
Wow.
Are you scared you were going to break the bridge?
Actually, I was more confident yesterday than any other days leading up to it.
Really?
Like, it's just the way it was moving down the street, it was like, okay, this thing's not going anywhere. The team of Shotgun Plumbing, they're a general contractor. They were the general contractor on it, and TNT Moving, just phenomenal. They just did a phenomenal job. So made my job very easy as a project manager. So.
Now, is there going to be like a historical plaque that kind of tells the story
with your name on it?
It will not have my name on it. It's going to be. We're planning on doing the grand opening and event for Juneteenth.
Oh, right.
So that's kind of so we got to build an observation ramp where you'll be able to look into the house from the sliding glass door. The front entrance is facing King Street. So we have to put the eaves back on. We got to, give it the spit shine it deserves. And put everything back together. The footers are there. Now we have to build the foundation up to the house and then rest the house on that foundation.
So is it going to be just like a normal home? Is it going to be fenced in where people at a certain time can visit it and view it like a museum, or how's it going to kind of fit into the neighborhood?
We're calling it a static exhibit. So you can walk up and you can look into the sliding glass door. There'll be some informational signs on the deck. But you won't be able to go inside the house except on guided tours. So, and those will probably happen from the 40th Accord, which was very instrumental in saving the house. The family that donated the house, they tried to create a design that built around the house and save the house. They weren't able to get the variance that they needed. So their options were either tear it down or have it moved. And it was very costly to move. A lot of people were concerned about that price, but it was from the county side, it was bed tax money, and from the state side, it was from the historic side. So it didn't cost anybody out of pocket as a local resident.
Taxed for it.
No. Mm-hmm. So there's no tax from the local residents that came out of pocket.
So there are some naysayers out there. That blows my mind, but it is what it is.
Some of the venom that was on Thursday's move wasn't quite as bad on Sunday's move.
Okay. Wow.
Because we had to move it, transition it, put it to the lower truck, and then you see the one that came across the bridge.
Like Renee said in comments, May is Historic Preservation Month. So there you go.
There you go.
Well, doing it.
We nailed that one.
Yeah, you got the Boy Scout patch for that one.
Even
Yeah.
though I was supposed to move it in March.
It started with an M.
Well, you purposely waited this long to make it a little more historic.
Right, to go in tangent with the St. Augustine Historic Festival coming up, History Festival.
We hit the right month. That's what it was. No, and it took us that long to make sure everything was right with the permitting, with the tree trimming. I mean, there was a lot that went into the preparation of the move that made the move go so smooth. And the two companies I'm talking about, they did an amazing job to make sure. We had to have AT&T ahead of us, Comcast ahead of us, and FPL ahead of us to making sure that we did hit a wire. They were going to be behind us, and to make sure we cleared everything. So, there was 4 different bucket trucks there from different companies.
Yeah.
Here's a question that you probably know now. How high off the ground, what's your clearance for a street light? How high is a street light off the ground?
Street light's a little over 17 feet.
Okay.
And the first move we had, we were at 19 feet, and then we got just below 17 feet. So,
okay.
And most wires are supposed to be at 17 feet. But there's a certain sag that happens, and mailboxes. A lot of the mailboxes are too close to the street in the right of way, so we had to knock. We didn't have to knock them. We
take them out and you put them right back up again.
We removed them, put them directly back, and the mailbox was only out of its place for maybe 10 minutes because we had crews there. There were street signs that we had to remove and replace.
I have people applauding you for that. So now it's more reinforced mailbox. It's more safe now that's in the ground, a little bit more sturdy. So a lot of people happy.
You did some people some favors.
Some of the mailboxes were pretty jinky, and they're much better now.
Yeah, see, isn't that nice? Yeah.
Improving the community.
There it is. One house at a time.
We actually leveled the mailboxes. We had to level with it and everything.
Oh, good. Wow.
Okay.
You said
I can tell some of them had that forward lean.
Yeah.
So
they just moved here from Palaca. Okay.
So we'll be working on the house to try and get it presentable for the Juneteenth celebration.
That'll be fun.
Yeah.
Cool, man. Well, very exciting. Yep. And a big part of history that we were able to preserve, which is pretty cool.
And I got to give a shout out to the group that brought me in was St. Johns County Park Foundation. they hired Walking Man Consulting to be their project manager, and I appreciate them having the confidence.
Just the park, not the recreation. What happened to them?
No, it's a nonprofit that supports parks.
Okay, gotcha.
It's not Troy's alma mater of the Parks and
I
Rec
was like,
department.
only one department didn't like
Yeah, there's a foundation that supports Parks and Recreation.
Oh, okay.
It's,
nice.
It's been around for about 3 years now. Nonprofit. It's been around for a little bit. So
very cool, man. Well, good work to everybody involved.
Yeah.
That's great. That's great. It'll be right in there in that kind of historic area, man.
Yeah, the trifecta.
I hope we get that museum.
Yeah,
that'd be great.
No, it'd be wonderful.
Think about it. I mean, thinking about the field trips for kids. They got Fort Mose, then they'll have the Black History Museum, they'll have this incredible house, and they got the Lincolnville Cultural Center. I mean, like it's a trifecta of amazingness right there.
It's a quadfecta.
Excuse me, quadfecta.
Quadfecta,
Yeah,
right. Yeah. That's 4.
No,
it's a square.
Proud of St. Augustine of where they've grown and like I said, this starts the story of the civil rights stuff, and where we're at today is just leaps and bounds ahead of where we were.
Yeah, man. All right.
But you can always do better.
Yeah. So everybody can always do. We should all be growing and learning every single day.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Evolving in a positive direction.
Yeah.
Your positive PSA for the day.
Yeah, after the move, I went home and took a nap. I was emotionally just like, okay.
I bet.
Yeah.
It'll take a toll on you.
In a lot of these projects, I'm the one who gets a lot of credit for it, but
also
I'm telling you, the staff and the crew of my entire career has allowed me to be involved in some really cool stuff, and this is one of those really cool jobs.
Yeah.
I enjoyed.
How are they going to fit all this on your headstone, man?
I don't know.
You got a lot of accomplishments.
No, that's you guys are just going to spread my ashes
right. Remember?
Places.
Remember, we learned that. Yeah.
So
we've got to have a historic, just a marker for you somewhere.
Yeah, like a bronze or something. Move over, Flagla. Yeah.
It'll be a park bench. Just put your ass right on me.
That's it. And you'll give everybody a splinter knowing you.
A bronze brick at the carousel.
Oh, see? Pretty. So pretty.
I didn't bring it up.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Be kind.
And rewind.
Yeah. And rewind.
Thanks, guys.